I don't stop until I get it. And these chocolate bars represent the amount of money I'm making this year. And ever since I got those, I've been hitting $1 million a month.
Hi, beautiful souls. I'm Clara Lima, and this is Out of This World Show. My purpose is to bring the best out of the best ones. Let's evolve and elevate. What's up, Bruce Moncada? Welcome to my show. Welcome to my show. Oh my God, such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Man, you're such an inspirational person, like for real, because you break all the rules. Always when I go to the internet, I see so many fucking excuses from people there, like you need this and this and this. You built Empire, $40 million Empire. You also have been published 1,000 times on New York Times Square, which is like you probably can't really get in this planet Earth higher than that. So I want to know your secret. I want to know how you started. And basically, it's so exciting.
Wow.
Tell us.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I know it's definitely a blessing. It's weird too, because sometimes I don't even realize what I do, because I'm always the same. I don't really change. You know what I mean? I don't let things get to me, or act all stuck up, or just chilling. I'm always just the same dude. But yeah, I mean, I started a long time ago, flipping real estate. Actually, I bought my first house when I was like 19 years old. Flipped that, and then I started getting into concerts, renting out coliseums, doing concerts, and then music, signing artists, putting them out, clothing lines, and then that's where we were.
Okay, perfect. So you just told me like your portfolio, like you were applying for a job, man. Like, come on.
I don't know where to start. It's so much.
Okay, cool. I want to know your routine when you wake up. What is your first thing that you do at the morning when you wake up?
Oh wow. Honestly, I lay in bed. I literally lay in bed for like a good 2 hours, just thinking and visualizing.
Thinking about what?
I just think about my day, right? So, people used to call me like lazy all the time. Like even my ex-girl's mom, she'd be like, "This guy's so lazy. He just stays in bed all day long. Wake up, do something." And then what she didn't understand, what I'm starting to understand, what I was doing, is that I would lay in bed and I would visualize my entire day or week, the day, tomorrow, the whole week, the month, and then I'll see it, and if it didn't go right, I'll rewind and I'll redo it, and then I'll rewind and I'll redo it until it goes right in my head, and then now I know how to do it. So when I get up, everything is easy. So while people have to work, 9 to 5 all day long, like I'll maybe work 2 or 3 hours, and everything comes to me. You know what I mean? So it's a little hard to explain. I don't even really know how to explain it. But I live in my head and I visualize things, It's kind of.
So basically, you don't operate like human beings. Usually they go and they have like a plan and they don't know where is it gonna go. They just have an idea of the actions they have been taught, right? You don't care about what makes logical sense to you. There is no logical sense to you. You just prepare your reality in your mind.
That's it.
And that's it. And then you follow and you get up ready to actually execute the reality because you already know what is going to happen, right?
Exactly, because it's like I already saw it. Like sometimes like my business partner will call me with an issue and say, "Bruce, I'm worried about this or this or that." And I go, "Hold on, I'll call you back." And I'll literally just go and lay in bed. I guess it's meditation, right? Like I don't really use that term meditation because it sounds like I'm like, some kind of yoga guy, but I'm not. I'll just go lay down in bed and I'll just start thinking and visualizing, and I'll see things. Sometimes I get pictures and stuff, and then I go, "Oh fuck! All right, this is how it's gonna go," and I'll call her back and be like, "All right, listen, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it," and she'll be like, "Did you see it?" I go, "Yeah, I saw it. So let's do it," because she knows like if I see it, I know I could do it. Like that's just 100%.
You know how I would call this, from what you're telling me, to me, this sounds like extreme power of your own mind, that you're very good in controlling your own mind. your thoughts, self-control of your mind. Also, you don't let any shit distract you from what you know that is meant for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? No matter what news say, no matter what anybody say, you know what is going to happen for you and you follow it. You just follow it. You basically follow not what other people say, not any other ideas, rules of the society. You follow what you know you're destined for. And you also know that you can anytime reprogram your destiny and your mind. If something is happening that you don't like, you go back and you rewire that, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Go
Right.
back, reassess it, and just like I'll just like I said, just visualize it. And if I see things are going like if something's going down south, I'll be like, I'll check myself. Like, wait, how am I? Like, what's my attitude today? You know what I mean? Because it's usually because I have a bad attitude that day, and that bad attitude will bring me a whole bunch of nonsense.
Okay, so when you do have a bad energy inside yourself, whatever reason is that, basically the low frequency, how we call that, it attracts bad things, correct?
Absolutely.
Yo, I really noticed that too. Whenever I'm not feeling 100%, you know what helps me so much to do? Gratitude meditation. I play a gratitude meditation. This is one of the things you taught me actually, okay? And I'm not teaching that a lot of people. Whenever I feel like I should tell this to this person, I use your technique because you teach me so much about these things. For example, the manifestation technique of gratitude, right? You say never ask, always think.
Exactly.
Right? That's your technique. You never ask for anything. You always think for everything. No matter if it's the reality there or it's not there, it's coming for you. You know it's coming to your life. That's why you think for it. But you have to know you can never doubt, correct?
Exactly. You can't beg for things. A lot of people they'll get on their knees and they'll beg God. God, please give me this, please give me that. And a rich guy or somebody successful is not begging, they're thanking. So what separates a poor man who prays to God every day for success and for riches and never receives it compared to a man who's rich who just it's the way they ask, it's the way they feel. So while one is begging for something, the other one is thanking even if they don't have it yet. You know what I mean? So that's and just by vibrating that way, you'll receive it. So I learned that, and so I'm like, I'm always thankful. Like you see, like I painted that with my son up there, just like always being grateful, always thankful. Every time I post, I would say like God is great, God is the best. Like I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm just always grateful and happy. Like, when have you not seen me happy? Like, I'm a happy dude.
Man, you're always happy. When I see your stories, I'm like, oh my God, he's just rocking again on this balcony. All these girls dancing around you. Like, dude, you're just living like a life that every single man wants. Like, for real. And I'm like, what is your secret, man? Because you don't even look like that you're working too hard. You're just fucking partying all day long.
Yeah, I know.
Every day, and then sometimes you pick up phone and okay, send me the $1 million, please. Like, and I'm like, that's amazing. Hey, when we talk about the $1 million, I want to know about this one. What is that here? What is that $1 million bar?
Oh, these are. This is the funny story with these. So, I walked into this this store and then I just saw those and I'm like, you know what? In my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of these to manifest the amount of money I'm gonna make this year. So I grabbed them all. There was only 12 there. So I grabbed them. I'm like, I'm gonna make $1 million a month. And then when I went to go pay for them, the guy was like, I'm sorry, sir, we can't sell these. They're pennied out. I don't even know what that means.
They're what?
Pennied out, or they can't sell them. He said pennied out, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh, we have them out there by mistake. We can't sell them. I'm like, no. I need these. And then the guy goes, no, well, we can't sell them. I was like, all right, so throw them out into this bag and I'll take the bag. And then the guy's like, no, we can't sell them to you. And I'm like, bro, let me talk to your manager. Manager comes up, he goes, sorry, sir, we can't do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call whoever owns this corporation. I'm calling everybody. I called corporate, raised hell. I'm like, listen, I need these chocolate bars. They're
I
like,
need these $12 million per year, dude. I know I'm gonna manifest it with these chocolates.
Yeah, so they thought I was insane, and and the girl that I was dating at the time was like, "Oh my God, like what's wrong with this guy?" Like, she was like, "Calm down, they're just fucking chocolate bars." I'm like, you don't understand. I go,
Yeah.
and I raised hell until I called corporate, whatever, and then they finally, I gave the manager my number. I'm in my office. She's pissed at me, mind you. She left. She went back to my apartment, and I'm sitting in my office. I get a phone call. They're like, "Bruce, your chocolate bars are ready. Come and pick them up, no charge." And I was like, "No, I'll pay whatever." So I go to pick them up, and I leave a tip for the lady, and then I go to the apartment, and I'm like, "Haha, I got my chocolate bars," and she's like, "You really called corporate and they gave you chocolate bars?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I got them. Boom. She's like, "You're a nut job." And she goes, I don't stop until I get it. And these chocolate bars represent the amount of money I'm making this year. And ever since I got those, I've been hitting $1 million a month.
That's amazing. So whatever you set your intention into, it really works.
Yeah. And I don't stop, until I get it. And then we'll see the difference between most people is if there's any little resistance, they fold. Mm-hmm. Like if somebody tells me no, I'm like, oh no. It's gonna be a yes. Mm-hmm. If I can't get it from you, I'll get it from whoever's above you, or whoever's above him, or I'm gonna get a yes. Period. Even if it's with chocolate bars, whatever. You know what I mean?
I remember this.
Sounds crazy, man.
Yeah, I remember this is something that Kris Jenner said. She said, if you are receiving no, if somebody tells you no, you're asking the wrong person. Never take no as an answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said, never take. And I would say, look, no matter how many people hate on Kris Jenner, that woman,
she's a genius.
She is like, she really knows what she does.
Powerhouse, yeah. Facts.
She really knows what she does. And on the top, she's a Scorpio, so I'm not surprised. But no cap, like she is a great businesswoman. So yes, like 100%. So at the end of the day, it's two things. So as that the vision, the reality is already there for you. You just know that. You're just coming for that. And whatever you put attention to, it works for you because your belief and your manifestation power is so strong. Bro, I'll tell you something. I saw these singing balls. I was like, is Trump gonna call us? Because it sounds so loud. Like, is he gonna be bothered? Because we're sitting in his tower right now. It was so loud. Like, I've never heard that even the most like spiritual gurus, they are not able to create that like powerful sound like you did from that singing bowl. So I was like, that's really powerful. This person has something inside. He doesn't probably even know what he has because it's very unusual.
I really don't. I mean, you tell me that. I appreciate that when you tell me. You always make me feel good though. But I don't even know. I just do it. Like I don't really think twice to do it. Like, I don't really analyze things too much. Mm-hmm. I picture things. I picture how I want the outcome. I don't analyze like the bullshit in between. You know what I mean? So I just picture how, where I want to be, how I want to be, what it looks like, and then as I picture it, then everything falls into place. All the little details. Mm-hmm. Most people focus on the details that they get paralyzed. Mm. It's like that story of the centipede. Right, like there was what was it? Like I think it was a fly or whatever. A four-legged fly goes up to a centipede. He goes, dude, how do you have so many legs, and how do you move them like all in conjunction, like? And the centipede's like, and he stopped. He's like, damn. He's like, you know what, bro? I never really thought about that. And he started like moving each leg, and he started analyzing how he moves. That he died in place. And that's what most people do. They analyze every little thing so much that they don't move anymore. They die in place.
They overthink.
It. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. Like, fuck how you move. Just move, motherfucker. Just get it. Like, I don't give a fuck how it happened. Mm-hmm. I don't even like to think about it. Like, sometimes I'll reflect on things and I'll be like, damn, I fucking did that. All right, well, shit, I could do something bigger than that. I'm not going to sit there and analyze everything. Or how I did it, obviously we know how we do things, through this life is magic anyway. It's literally like, it's just a miracle. It's basically it's an illusion. It's an illusion, and whatever you think, you project. So you can do anything, really. I'm still learning that. Like, I'm not perfect, because sometimes I'll be drinking my ass off, disconnecting myself from the higher source, from source, but then I get back on track. You know what I mean? But imagine if I say I say this to myself. Imagine if I just stayed connected. I go, Bruce, if you just stay connected, stop fucking around, drinking, hanging out with these girls. You know what I mean? If you just stay connecting, you would be 20 times. I'd be a billionaire. But then, obviously, you got to have some kind of balance, because to go that hard, and then also, as I got older, like, I'm still getting over childhood traumas, right? Like, literally, like, as the older you get, the more they surface, and then you're still dealing with these things. So since I understood how to reprogram myself, I've been reprogramming my brain, my subconscious, as much as I possibly can. Otherwise, I'd probably be dead or jailed or a fucking crackhead. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know,
Healing is extremely important. Daily healing is extremely important. I kind of noticed that because one of the biggest challenges that I have as a human being is basically, besides things that I could not control, was like I was bullied when I was a kid. And the idea that you are not enough, it's something that needs to be daily healed, because you are enough.
yeah,
And you're
absolutely.
amazing and you're wonderful.
Yeah.
But if you hear every single day differently for 10 years, and then usually how it shapes people is they try to be somebody else, right? And they don't like love their own self, like their own soul, their own self. And I learned that whatever happens in life, it doesn't matter what it is, because positive, negative, you never know. It might be negative at the beginning of your life and positive later on, as the alchemy, right? So I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna make the best out of it, and I'm gonna truly become like the most authentic as I can, because
Well, you did a great job, girl.
I mean,
'Cause
like
you're
at the end of the
amazing.
day, like this is how I feel great, you know what I mean? And finally, I feel like I achieved some sort of balance, self-acceptance, and I really work daily on my vibration, how I vibrate, how I talk to myself, how I see myself. I give myself a lot of love with my words, with my self-care, with the way I behave, like around me, to other people. Everything is basically a circle. Whatever we do to others, we're doing to ourselves as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's not like a sense of you're a good person, bad person. No, you just should be doing your best, how your conscious allows you, because that's who you are. And if you see that things are not working out for you, then reconsider your conscious. You know what I mean? That's how I would say that. But it is a big blessing, that we're able to every single day actually realize, we have the power to heal ourselves. We do have the power to be better.
That's such a fact. I was listening to this doctor, right? He was talking about some guy, one of his patients that had a tumor, right? Had a orange sides tumor in his body. Told the guy, he's like, he goes, dude, I think you probably have like 3 days to live, right? And then the guy goes, no, there's this medicine that I heard that is incredible. I want that medicine. The doctor's like, at the stage you're in, you're probably not going to live too long. You not more than 3 days. and then the patient wanted it so bad, the doctor was like, all right, screw it. He got it, fam. Gave it to him. Came back like a couple days later, gone. The tumor was gone, completely gone. And the doctor was like, what in the world? And then the guy read some article, some medical article and whatnot, that medication it wasn't effective. It doesn't really work after clinical trials or whatever the hell. And then his tumor started growing back.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to the doctor and he goes, "Doc, I read that this thing doesn't work." And the doctor checked him, and lo and behold, the tumor's starting to come back. We're getting really big. So the doctor was like, "You know what? It might be psychological with this guy." So he goes, "Well, they came out with a new and better version. It's way more powerful, and it works way better." So the guy was like, "All right, give it to me." So the doctor gave it to him and whatnot, and it went away. Then, the guy found out that it was complete bullshit or whatnot, and the tumor started coming back, and he died. So more of the story is, whatever you believe in is what's going to happen. Like, if you have a strong belief in something, if you have a strong belief that you're going to heal from something, then you'll heal from something. If you have a strong belief that if I get these chocolate bars, right, I'm going to be making $1 million a month. And I truly believe that, and I fight for that. And then that's what's going to happen, right? It's just all your belief. Whatever you believe strongly is what happens. But what happens is most people believe strongly that they won't. They believe strongly that they can't, that they're not worthy, that they're, whatever the case, they believe that strongly. If they brainwash themselves, if they twist that around and believe strongly in beautiful things and big things, and then that's what you get. You know what I mean?
And also what I learned, that you have to really be aligned with the emotions that you deserve that.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything has to be aligned.
If you feel like you don't deserve it, you can believe it, whatever.
You could, but yeah.
That there is no way that is going to come to you, because
you got to feel worthy. You got to feel like you deserve it.
Yeah.
You have to be.
That's the thing.
Like, you have to vibrate that.
I was thinking about one thing, right? So, for example, if somebody goes to work and they, when they're starting, everybody starts somewhere, and they have a minimum wage. Don't you think that it can really, if you stay too long at that work that you hate, it can set your self-worth the wrong way? Because at the end of the day, it obviously feels different when you're making $1 million a month, or when you're making 3K a month or 2K a month. The feeling, your frequency is very different. Your mind process is different. It's just different, let's be honest. And I'm not saying somebody was 15, 16 years old. These are young people, they have to start somewhere. But for example, a person of your age still on that kind of.
Yeah, it's just literally the mentality. It's the way it's their perception of things, right? So if someone is trading their time for money, then and not adding value, right? Most people, like, not all of them, but the majority go into work, they just get by, they don't give a shit. As time goes on, they want more and more from their employer, not adding more and more value. Just because they're there for longer, they think they deserve more without doing more, right? That type of mentality is just, it'll always keep them poor, right? When, what I would do, well, what I do always is I don't work for money. I work for information. I work to obtain information, because the only thing that separates anyone from anyone is information. If you're making 50 million and you have certain information that I don't, my whole thing would be to work with your ass and obtain that information gap. Once I obtain that information and I apply it, then I can become you or pass you, right? So most people go to work for money rather than to learn. If you work somewhere and you learn how does this shit work? Well, you know what? I got this position. Let me learn how to do this position. Let me learn that. Let me add value to this company and make myself so valuable that they have to give me a raise, have to promote me, have to eventually become partner, or just stack my money. Or if you don't have the money, create a business plan for that, to start your own, and go find an investor and then create your own business. You know what I mean? That's just that's my mentality.
So your net worth is your network, literally.
Yeah, your network. It's your network and your ability to obtain information, right, and apply it. There's a lot of I know a lot of smart dudes that are just fucking behind the computer. If they know every fucking thing, but they don't do shit. They don't apply anything. They just they know it. They don't do it. Some I know dudes that don't know jack shit, but they're not afraid to go out and do it. They're not afraid to go experience life.
That's the confidence.
Yeah.
Do you think that you do need a great credit to become rich? I know it's
I think you don't necessarily need great credit to become rich, but credit is really important. I found that out a long time ago when I tried to buy my first house at an auction at 19, and I put a down payment. I put basically everything that I had at that time. I was 19. I had $15,000 saved up, and I put a down payment at the auction. They gave me 30 days to get a loan, and I had fucked up credit because I thought, I would go to like clothing stores, Macy's and shit, and they would give me a credit card, buy a whole bunch of clothes, and I'm like, dumbasses, I'm not paying you back. Haha, joke's on you, right? Like they don't teach you credit in school, obviously for a reason, because they want everybody to be poor. They don't teach you credit. They don't teach you any of that. So I had no idea. No one had any idea. And then when I went to go buy the house, try to get a loan, no one would give me a loan because my credit was shot. So I literally had like 2 weeks left to obtain the loan. So I'm like, shit. I go, you know what? I put on a suit and I started going. I wasn't even applying for loans anymore. I was applying for loan officer jobs because I need to know how to work this shit.
You were applying for loan officer
jobs. Loan officer.
That's the new level. So you wanted to sneak out into the system to figure it out.
I got to figure it out because I'm like, I got 2 weeks left. No one wants to give me a loan. At this point, they're not going to give me a loan. I need to learn how it works so I can get a loan. Long story short, I went with I went to this mortgage brokerage, mortgage banker, not brokerage, mortgage banker. And then, I'm like, can I speak to the owner? Blah, blah, I'm looking for a job. The secretary's like, no, we're not hiring. I go, shit. I go, you know what? Can I just talk to him, please? Like, I'll wait. Like, oh, it's going to be like an hour wait. I go, fine. That's not a problem. I waited like an hour, whatever, went to his office, and he goes, how can I help you? I go, I'm looking for a job. He goes, didn't my secretary tell you that when I hire? I go, I understand. I go, but listen, I'll bust my ass. I work hard. Like, believe me, you'll want to have me on your team, blah, blah, blah. And then he cracked some kind of joke, and I laughed. And I was like, and he goes, you know what, Bruce? I like your smile. When can you start? I go, I can start right now. He goes, no, come on. Not right now. Come in 2 days, whatever. So I get there in 2 days and I'm fucking sitting there learning everything I need to know. A week goes by and I tell him my situation. He got so pissed off at me. He goes, why didn't you tell me this when we first met? I go, you wouldn't have gave me the job. So he pulled out all the stops and got me the loan. And I flipped that house and I made my first $103,000 at 19.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But that was the story on that one. Credit is important.
So what is
credit is really important.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Long story short, credit, take care of your fucking credit in the street and in business. Because if you're asking me for money and fucking, John tells me that you didn't pay his ass back, well, you're not getting any money from me either. Period. So, that's just the way it works in the street and in corporate. It's just corporate world. Like,
it's the same.
It's fucking same. Just
at the end of the day, people just
pay motherfuckers back.
Different times.
Just pay people back.
Yeah.
No, it's always funny, right? Because their people are so willing to get that money, right? I remember I lent this guy money. If he hears this, he'll know exactly who he is. He's like, Bruce, I gotta have any money to pay this, pay that. I go, all right, fine. He drove from Manhattan to Long Island, which is like an hour and 20 minutes to where my office is. Happy as hell to take my money. So I tell him when he's leaving, I go, the same way I gave you this money with good faith, and you coming in here all happy, driving an hour and 20 minutes to get it, that's the same way I want it back, with that same enthusiasm. and then I go, what date are you going to give it? On such and such date. Oh my God. For me to get my money, that date passed. And then it was like pulling teeth. I had to send my secretary all the way to his office to pick up the money. And then he was like $135 short. I lent him a couple thousand. And I go, bro, you're $135 short. And he goes, oh man, my bad. I got lunch. I said, what kind of...
You got him lunch.
Yeah, I got you lunch. Yeah. So I go, you know what? I didn't even, just that stupid comment. I was like, yo, this guy, I go, see that? That's the difference, right?
And it was not like a cheap lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. What did he got? Like steak and champagne. Like this guy, that's why, no wonder you have no money. I mean, you make a lot of money, but no wonder you have none. Maybe you need to downsize. So keep it tight. So then after that, he asked me for it again. I go, bro, do you think I would ever lend you any money ever in my lifetime? Like, no, hell no. You don't know how to appreciate it. You don't know how to return it back with the same enthusiasm in full. See, like one thing my father always taught me, like I remember, like, when I was a kid, I would borrow his car, before like I got my own car. And then he'd be like, I'd return it, completely destroyed, low in gas, fucking a mess from all my boys. And my father goes, if you keep that attitude of when somebody gives you something, lends you something, and you bring it back worse than what they gave it to you, they'll never lend it to you again. So you're never borrowing my car again. So it kind of like it struck a switch. So I was like, you know what, Pops? I was like, I understand. So anytime anybody, like if one of my aunts let me borrow their car or whatever, I would make sure I took it, took it for a car wash, clean, make sure everything was clean, and brought it back with a full tank, smelling good and shit. Even though I wilded out with my boys in it, right? It was like 16, 17. And then all of a sudden it's like, honey, do you want to borrow my car? One of my boys, well, like I used to hang out with older people. You want to borrow my car again? Here, take it. Yeah, not a problem. Because it's like you're giving it to a car wash guy who's going to bring it back with a full tank smelling good. But he has no idea what I was doing in his car. Might have been doing donuts and, having, a whole party smoke out in it. But, as long as I brought it back, full tank, clean. So that's the way, life is. If you, in my opinion, the way, if somebody gives you something and you come back and you give that, like if he would have given me that money in return with a smile on time, and maybe a gift. Yo, bro, here's a bottle of wine, a $20 bottle of wine. I don't give a shit. Yo, I appreciate it. The next time he asked, yeah, bro, not a problem. But he gave it to, it was like pulling teeth. And then when he gave it to me, he was short. You're at this point, you're a loser, and you'll always be a loser, because that's a loser mentality. You know what I mean? A winner will never do that. They won't. Somebody lets me borrow money, I'm bringing that money back with interest and a bottle of fucking Dom Perignon or whatever the fuck, depending on how much they let me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's so many great informations, honestly. So many so many people appreciate. No, because it's very inspirational. As I said, it's never really about anything technical. It's about the mentality, right?
Yeah. That's really all it is.
Yeah. And we're learning through life.
Yeah. It's all it is. It's just, it's being grateful and appreciative. Really, like all that boils down to just being grateful and appreciative, honestly. You know what I mean? And the willingness to learn, to constantly learn, not settle for a paycheck, not looking for a mommy or a daddy to take care of you, an employer to take care of you on a weekly basis. That's not life. Everybody's creative. Everybody has their gifts, and everybody could, they can figure some shit out. I don't know. I do shit I don't like to do. I have businesses that I don't even like.
So what is that? What do you do like?
I'm not going to say, because if they see this, they're going to be like, damn, I'll act like I like to do it. But I mean, sometimes I do businesses that I don't like to do, but I see money in it. Like, I mean, you got to follow your passion too. My passion is to make money. So sometimes I do.
Get it. That's easier.
Sometimes I'll do shit that I don't like to do because I like money. You know, I don't like money for money. I like money because what it buys me time. It buys me time with my family, it buys me time with my son, you know, buys me experiences. So I'll do shit that I don't like to do just to buy myself extra time. So, I mean, yeah, you could follow your passion. I mean, that's great. But you got to make money. Until you get to that passion stage, you got to do something. You know, I do my passion and I still do shit that I don't like.
I still want to hear what you don't like to do, man.
I have businesses that I just don't. You know, I'm really good at it. I'm good at anything, but a lot of things I'm good at.
I'm pretty sure it's not the designing female underwear.
No, I love that one.
I'm pretty sure you enjoyed that part. Always.
Yeah, that one's great. That was great.
Yeah.
Being around beautiful women and putting them up on billboards and commercials and flying all over the place.
I want to know about this dog. What is it? Is that your spiritual animal?
That is definitely not my spiritual animal.
Why not?
Even though some girls might say it probably is, but no, I think I think it's a lion, actually.
It is a dog. No, it is a dog. It looks like these kind of dogs that you create out of balls. Like the balloons.
Balloons,
yeah, balloons, not balls. Yeah. So we're getting into two different topics right now. Yeah, out of the balloons. Yeah.
The balloons.
A golden dog. Bruce's golden dog.
Oh, shit. Probably.
I mean, it looks cute.
No, it is. It might be my spiritual. I love women. I love beautiful women. I love to be surrounded by beautiful women.
Okay, how does that make you feel?
I feel great. You know what? There's a big difference. Like for me to be surrounded by women rather than men. Like I don't really understand men that hang out with so many other men. It's like, why would you want to be around a lot of other men?
Well, I see a lot of them in certain type of clubs.
Yeah, that's kind of odd to me. If I go out, I'm going out with a squad of girls. I love being around women. Yeah, I never really understood that mentality of being around a bunch of like dudes. And women are just they're more considerate. You know, they're more in my opinion. I think they're just more considerate. They're more caring. They're more nurturing. You know, and me as you know, always having to be on my aggressive business thing and in life. Like I think they bring like the feminine side of me.
So it balances you.
It balances me. I'm so aggressive. I'm so like, I'm so.
So do you believe that one woman can do the job of the balance? That only one woman can do the job of the balance? I want to hear that.
You put me on the spot.
I mean, it is an interesting question, right? Can one woman satisfy your needs spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically?
I think
maybe I should not be asking about it physically, but if I ask spiritually and mentally,
yes,
say yes. And how about the physically?
Physically, yes, yeah, so absolutely.
You can be with one woman.
Oh, you're asking me like. Oh damn!
Explain why.
Shit.
Tell me the emotion. I will never understand this with men because all rich men, or I would say not all, but a lot of rich men, they say the same. They say they need multiple women to satisfy their needs.
Yeah, because it's true. Because sometimes you might need like a very like calm, loving woman, spiritual, motherly, and then you need a fucking freak. And then you need, like there's different personalities to satisfy, like, I guess each one of your, the man's personalities. Every man has different personalities or different,
So it's not about the body. It's not about the sex. It's about the personality that the person basically gives you some sort of energy that you need to balance yourself because you have too much going on.
Yeah.
I get it. Like at the end of the day, how much you can be normal, like your thought process is not normal, but average. It's not an average thought process, right? Like the things you're thinking about is not like a regular tasks. It's very multidimensional, I guess. Yeah. And it's very heavy. So to understand you, you really can live by rules of an average person because that doesn't make any sense. You don't live average life, So I guess this is how it manifests, that.
I mean,
yeah.
If just thinking logically, right? If God gave us the urge, a man, the urge to basically to spread his seed, right? When a man sees a girl, it's like we can't help. It's pre-programmed in us to go. We can't help it. Like, I don't give a fuck what man it is. I don't care how dedicated he is to a girlfriend. Like, we can't help it. Now, a man that stays with one girl forever, it's probably because he doesn't have many options, right? Just, it's fine. Doesn't mean he's loyal. But I think, if logically speaking, if we were given the urge to spread our seed, it's because we must.
I mean, look, this is your life view. I'm not judging it. You know what I heard?
But God did that, right? God made us that way.
Yeah,
if you had as much testosterone as we have, I mean, shit, you'd be, the girls would be wanting to fuck all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when my son's mom was pregnant with a boy, like the doctor was like, oh yeah, you're gonna have some testosterone in you. I mean, she was a wild animal. I've never seen her like that because she was creating a male. So she had to produce testosterone for that boy. And she was like, is this the way you feel? I'm like, times 100. You know what I mean? Like, I got to I have a lot of sexual energy. My sexual energy, I love to be around women. I love women. It doesn't mean I'm fucking them all or anything like that.
But if you could, you would. I mean, look, this is a completely judgment-free zone. This is a safe space, man. This is a safe space. At the end of the day, you know what I also heard?
What?
That people, if they have overactive root chakra, this is how
it manifests.
It manifests also that you want a lot of sex because your root chakra, especially when you make a lot of money, you're producing so much energy. And this is how is it connected, because this is the root chakra,
Yeah, so my root chakra is off the chain.
Your root chakra, is off the chain. Can you please repeat it again?
My root chakra is off the chain. Oh my God. This wine is kicking in. This wine, don't keep asking me questions. The truth serum will kick in. Oh my God.
I mean, it all started with your spiritual animal, with the dog.
Oh boy, yeah.
You see that? That's why I said that this is definitely a spiritual animal, man. Yeah. He lets you speak. He comes for you.
I mean, I think all men are in any case. They just don't voice it. Every man wants to have multiple women.
What do you think about female sexuality?
Female sexuality? Like, in what sense?
In what sense? For example, when a woman sleeps with you first night when she meets you, do you respect that woman? Or
yeah.
You do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends. Like, if it's like the night is flowing, we're out, we go to dinner or whatever, we just vibing out, connecting, and then, you come home, drink a glass of wine, we're chilling, and you're dancing around, because sometimes it's happened. I'm dancing around, blah, blah, blah. And then it leads to that, and it just flows, and it leads to that, and it's a beautiful night. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I've also had times where everything's flowing, and then the woman blocks that flow. Goes, no, I don't want to. And then it's just like, kind of like, damn, I thought we were having a great time, and blocks that flow, and then just kills it kills what it could have been. And then days go by, and then all of a sudden it's like you lose that, because she I feel like she blocked the flow of energy, because she's so brainwashed to think that, whatever society says, all the bullshit. So they block it rather than letting it flow. And if you let it flow, if you're connecting, what does time matter, right? Time doesn't exist anyway. What does time matter? What, 3 months is going to change something? It's like, no, you make me wait 3 months, I don't want your ass anymore. Like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm a sexual person. I'm not waiting 3 months at all. I'm not waiting 3 weeks. I'm not waiting 2 weeks. So if you want to play that route, then it's a no for me. You know what I mean?
So it doesn't make you to want her more.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It doesn't. But I
Usually
mean,
it is opposite though.
it's a what?
Usually it's opposite. Usually when men cannot get what they want, it makes them want the women more than something that is easily accessible. But
It's true, but only if you're vibing. See, like if it all depends. It's like it's not like if I just meet them and I try to fuck them and they fuck me. No, it's we had a beautiful day.
mhm,
We enjoyed the day all day. You know, it has to be something like, you know, the whole beautiful flow throughout the whole day. You know, maybe we go to a museum, go eat dinner, and then like I said, come home, drink some wine, dancing. I'll dance bachata, whatever the hell. Have a beautiful night, talk spirituality and this, that, and the third. And it's like, all right,
mhm.
I'm ready. If we connected like that, and then if she blocks it, then it's for me, it's like you're playing games. Now you're playing games. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, not everybody might see it like that. Whoever's listening, but I think they should just let it flow. But don't just give yourself to any man. It's not like I don't consider myself any man. Like, so I would understand why a woman would want to sleep with someone
Mhm.
on the first night. It's not. It shouldn't be a norm. But
Mhm.
sometimes it might happen. You meet the right person. You flow. You're connected, and you do it. But obviously, don't go hoeing around and just sleeping with everybody on the first night. Like they gotta like really, make you feel special and connect.
So for you, as extremely successful $40 million empire owner, you can have any women you want. I'm pretty sure because that's how society works. You're young, you look great, you're smart, you're wealthy. What is three things that are really important to you on a female
Oh, wow.
that keeps your attention and retention?
Respect.
She has to respect herself
And me.
and you.
Number one. Like
Mhm.
number one. Respect. Then I would say respect has to add value to me.
Mhm.
And just someone that's just nurturing and caring, that's a woman that acts like a woman, not trying to act like a man. Yeah, those three for sure.
What kind of value a woman has to add to you?
When we go, like, for example, when we go out or when she's out without me, she respects me. She's not dressing like, like she wants the whole world to see, her religion. And when she's with me, respect me, add value to me by, attending to me, making sure she's not flirty with other men, other high value men. Like when high value men get together and you're with a, girl, basically, a hoe to say it, to say it bluntly, they're going to be all over the place. And that makes the man look really low value. It makes the man look horrible. Like I had that happen to me once, where I took this girl out. We were in an industry party and, with superstars all over the place. And I didn't know how she was. When me and her were cool, when we would chill together, it was a whole different vibe. When she got drunk and she saw her favorite stars, she just turned into a whole different, like, just, all over the place. And then a friend of mine asked me, "Is that your girl?" I go, "Oh, no, absolutely not. That's not my girl."
Oh my god! So
I left her right there.
yeah, that's sad. So she was
It's
basically
disgusting.
just it is disrespectful to herself too because at the end of the day you're the one is your own presence, so
Yeah.
like it's weird. It's very weird and it's disrespectful.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I mean by adding value. She added no value, so I never considered her my girlfriend, but until because you gotta.
She needs to be the queen.
Yeah, she needs to treat if she treats the man as a king, then she'll be the queen. But if she's over there, just all over the place, it's like there's nothing exclusive about this girl. And
So it's exclusivity.
exclusivity, yeah, absolutely. A man, for me to stay with a girl, she has to be she has to be exclusive and add value. I don't. I just bought a Ferrari. I'm not gonna buy a fucking Honda. I bought a Ferrari because it's exclusive, right? Like, that's the way men think. We buy it because it's exclusive. Nobody else has it. Well, not that many people can afford it. So that's why we like things that most people don't have. And if we got a girl that's all over the fucking place, like nobody wants that shit. I don't want it.
Mm. So what about pictures on social media?
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. If a girl's showing her ass, guys are gonna click on it. They'll get their dopamine hit and they're showing their ass to the whole world. But an intelligent, wise, spiritual man he might want to fuck you, but you'll never be his wife. Mm-hmm. That's all. You'll just be that fuck. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because what you're transmitting, what the frequencies that you're transmitting, even through your pictures, mm-hmm. is you're basically transmitting. You wanna arouse mm-hmm. any man looking at you. Mm-hmm. You might as well just stand in the middle of Manhattan in Times Square and bend over. Mm. And then all the hunks are the I likes.
So that's how you view it.
Yeah, all the hunks are the I likes. Hey, honk, look at her ass. Oh, you look good. And you're like, I like you. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for the compliment. Of course, if you bend over in Times Square, everybody's going to honk at a girl bending over. But because it's done on social media, it's a little bit, more washed, right? Nobody sees it like that. And what man would want their girl standing in the middle of Times Square mm-hmm. with her bent over? Mm-hmm.
So what is the thin line between artistic, sexy pictures and pictures that makes you feel exactly the way that you describe right now?
I mean, I think it's just common sense. I mean, the girl has to know what they know what it is.
Pictures in bikini, no.
Yeah, I mean, girls have to know what it is. But see, they don't know what it is because they're
they don't.
They don't know what it is because they're usually dating like a beta male. They dated beta male who they don't respect. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. They don't respect him because if they respected him, they wouldn't be doing that shit. Mm-hmm. And it's usually beta males that are just like, okay, honey, go flash your ass. You're making money, pay half the bills. And then, and then all of a sudden they got to pay half the bills or whatever.
I actually said that. I said the same thing. Like, I would never respect a man that would be like, I had this question from a friend. He asked me, what do I think of a relationship where the male wants to manage adult content of his girlfriend? And I said, well, to me, that doesn't sound like a normal relationship. That sounds like pimping, a form of pimping, and at the end of the day, it's even evil from the man to do this. It's very evil because he is a man and he knows exactly.
He should be protecting, providing.
He should be protecting.
That's not
from that energy. The energy is a very low frequency.
That's low frequency. Yeah, that's just low frequency shit. That's like I don't even try to entertain that.
What would you tell to the ladies that are beautiful and they want to make money?
Use your brain, right? I mean, you could use your brain, just because you're beautiful doesn't necessarily mean you have to use your body and your beauty to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And if you are, then, I mean, maybe you could promote other people's products, stuff like that. And if you have a big platform, create your own product to sell. And if you don't know how to create your own product and sell it, then find somebody who knows how to do it, or get into a partnership with somebody who knows how to do it. And they can use your image and likeness. I mean,
I know what you're gonna say.
I mean, pretty women, like it's really simple, right? Like,
you're trying to be smart, but in the realistic world, we all know how it really works.
Yeah,
you're trying to be like educational, like kind man on the camera, like say the correct thing, but come on, man. Like just be fucking honest, yo.
All right, to keep it a buck, it's really simple. A woman's beautiful. If you're dumb and beautiful, you're not gonna last too long. At least not with an intelligent, smart man. Guy's gonna drop you like a hot potato because only thing you have to offer is sex and beauty. And especially if you're just asking him to buy you shit. Oh, can you buy me a purse? Can you buy me that? It's like the guy would do it, right? But if you're asking a millionaire to buy you a $2,000 purse, it's like buying you a fucking lollipop. So it really doesn't matter. You think you're winning, you're not. And by asking the man will automatically know where you're coming from. He's gonna be like, "Oh, that's this type of girl. Okay, well, that $2,000 is gonna, buy me a good month worth of sex. So really, who won?" And then, or 2 months, or 3 months, or whatever, and then then he's gonna drop you, and then you're back to square one. You know, then you're back to square one, hopping from man to man. If you're smart, obviously try to read, listen to fucking podcasts, right? You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks.
Okay, here. Can you show us the book that you read? Because I feel like that's one of the best books a human
Yeah.
being can read. It's not about any sort of system education, as a way smarter education, is like a spiritual education.
Mhm.
Can you show it to the people what you read?
I will in a minute, right? Because now this is really important. See, what happens is these girls, they use their beauty and they're dumb. And then they take from the man, they're takers. And then the man will give just because they know what the trade-off is. However, a smart woman, especially if she's beautiful, can land a successful, wealthy man very easily, especially if she's got brains. And then instead of taking from him, help him build, contribute, and that man will give you the goddamn world. He'll do anything for you. But girls are so fucking stupid. Not all of them, just to make that clear, but there's a lot of them that are just really, really like brainwashed into just taking and take. I moved out to Miami. I mean, there's not like one day that goes by that girl doesn't ask me for money.
No way.
It doesn't matter. They're brainwashed into doing that, right? But that's instant gratification. They don't know how to delay gratification. If a woman knew how, if they knew how to delay gratification, they would have an empire with the man. They would be chilling in a mansion with kids, and their kids would be running around. But they're so like dumbed down, only focused on instant gratification, that they constantly looking for the next fix every day, type of shit.
When you say instant gratification, what do you think Instagram is?
That's instant gratification. Oh, Instagram. Instant gratification.
And it's like a drug.
It's like a drug.
It is a drug. Humans don't realize that it is a drug, though.
It is a drug. They get that little dopamine hits all day long, showing that.
And I tell you something. Like when I spoke about it before, when I was starting my modeling career, and I was putting out pictures there, like bikini pictures, basically when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, you don't see it that way. You just want to show the world how pretty you are. You get what I'm saying? So of course it kind of hits, but then you start to realize, I realized, like, is this even healthy for me? Is that healthy for me? Like, to look at a screen and feel certain type of way. Is it even normal? Should I keep building this inside my brain? What is next? What next do I have to do? And then I see a lot of wild things on Instagram. And sometimes I'm like, I see my life right now, and I went through so much of a personal, spiritual, mental, physical transformation. And back then, I didn't think the same at all. I didn't really care that much about my life. I didn't care about future. I didn't really care about anything. I just wanted basically to feel good in that moment, and I guess it was rooted with not feeling well inside, so you just want to numb the bad feeling with the instant gratification or something. And I was like, but when you actually get into a certain age and you realize, yo, you're not gonna get basically the time back. It's not even about getting older or something, because I don't believe in it. You just mature, and you can be either older or you can be better. You can be greater. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the choice that you make with your lifestyle, with the discipline, with the words that you're saying to yourself. I never say I'm something old. I'm like, fuck it, I'm 32 years young,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm
Facts.
gonna be 100 years young one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
You
You
get what
never
I'm
know.
saying? Like, who
Yeah.
knows? I think it's fascinating to basically reconstruct your entire life just with the power of your words, because your words are your spells.
Mhm.
And another thing that a lot of people don't realize is, like, when you start to say different things to yourself, your life, your reality start to shift. This is why I start every single day with my affirmations.
Mhm.
Like, I'm powerful, I'm great, I can
Yeah.
conquer anything I
Facts.
want in my life. I'm destined for greatness. This day is amazing day. This day is full of blessings. This day is full of financial gains. This day is full of just great energy that will spread everywhere around me and protect it. Like, I really get into the emotions so much that it start to manifest, it start to just live around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm glowing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people, like, who haven't seen me long, they're like, "Oh my God, you're glowing." And I say, "You know why? Because before I knew about the affirmations, but I didn't really practice them.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I actively start to practice the affirmations every single day at the morning, and I really, really do that. I do that all the time. I have a reminder on my phone to remind me how great I
I
am,
have the
how
same app. I
every
think we have the same one that
yeah, yeah.
pops up.
Be grateful. I think that's one, right?
Yeah,
Be
and I am
grateful.
one. I am. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah. So the affirmations, and you need to brainwash yourself, you need to reprogram yourself, and you're gonna become that. That's what it's such a simple formula, but it's so powerful.
Yeah, it's
This is
just
why I wanted to ask you
repetition.
about this book right now.
Oh yeah, which one? Well, let me see.
The hidden messages in water.
Oh, the hidden messages in water. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes on what you're talking about right now. Um, Masaru Emoto, um, the scientist who basically he proved that words are powerful. Words can can destroy or create. Um, and he proved that with water by pouring water into different cups from the same source and then flash freezing them after he spoke words to it, like you're beautiful, I love you, I hate you, you're stupid, stuff like that. And then when he flash froze it and examined the crystals that he spoke negative words to were distorted and ugly, and the crystals that the water that he spoke beautiful words to were perfectly symmetrical and beautiful. So words do affect you. Words do hurt. Words do affect your waters, right? Because you're 75% water. So words do affect your waters. The words that people speak to you and the words that you speak to yourself. The music that you listen to.
Oh my God, the music. Yes.
The podcast that you listen to,
Mhm.
the whatever you're listening to, whatever whoever you're speaking to, it's gonna affect your body. And even like being on your cell phone all the time, it gives off electromagnetic frequencies that affects your waters, that deharmonize your waters. It distorts it. It's like using a microwave. So if you're on it too long, you're gonna get anxiety. You're gonna feel weird. Your body is like, it won't be in harmony because you're constantly in front of an electromagnetic frequency. So sometimes just take a break from the cell phone as much as you can, and speak beautiful words to yourself. Even speak beautiful words into, like, I've been doing this. People think I'm crazy. I speak it into my water. I'll be buying like bottles of Fiji or whatnot, and then I'll speak it to my water, and I'll put it in the fridge, and then I'll drink it. It's basically blessing your water, right? That's why religions do it. That's why they call it holy water. So it's scientifically proven that if you speak to it, or you speak beautiful things to it, even play music to plants or to water, it changes the frequency of the water, and when you ingest it, it changes your frequency. So that's what that book is about. It's really dope.
Mm-hmm. It is. I'm just seeing these pictures here. It's fascinating how the water turns when you speak positive things and how the water turns when you speak negative things or hurtful things. So just imagine what it actually does with your blood circulation, what
With
it does
everything,
with
yeah.
your, and even what it does, for example, when somebody says something hurtful about your look or about your body. Well, it obviously turns people not the pleasing way, right?
Yeah, that's why you got to stay away from those people. Like
Yeah.
anybody that's negative, I just cut them out. It's like you're making me feel sick, like physically. Like negative people make me feel sick physically. Like I can't stand being around them. And it's not that they're like completely negative. Like they're beautiful people sometimes. Like I have friends, sometimes I can't be around them for too long because it's constant. They don't even know it. They're so like in the habit of saying stupid shit, and then they think just because it's slang or because it's culture, it's okay. It's like, it doesn't, like, I don't care if your parents said it or if your grandparents say it. Don't fucking say it. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Like, I always get friends like in Spanish, like, oh, don't forget about the poor people. Like, why would you say that?
Oh.
So to touch back on that, like I would have family be like, oh, in Spanish, no te olvides los pobres. Or stupid shit that they would tell me, and I'm like, why if you see somebody that's doing something, you're gonna say some stupid shit like that,
What did they exactly say?
Oh, like, don't forget about you're doing your thing, man. Don't forget about us poor people. And I go, don't ever say that. Please don't ever say that. I'll check them. And they don't understand why I'm doing it, because they don't understand the power of words, power of frequency. They don't understand that. So I have to check them. And then after I check people so much and they still don't learn, it's like, then you're not capable of learning. I need to cut you off now. Now I need to cut you off because I don't like your reality, because that reality is going to affect my reality. That's why people get in sync, right? Like when girls stay in the same household as other girls, all of a sudden they get their period at the same time.
That's super true.
They get sick at the same time. It's not because you're passing on a cold or a virus. It's because you're in sync. Everybody's in sync. I am not trying to be in sync with a loser, with that loser mentality. Like, I'm good. Just, so it's like, you got to be careful the words that you speak.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
But, okay, so you want to wrap it down?
Well, I feel like I read like 20 books right now. Thank you so much. I really felt like I read like 20 amazing books. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me say the amazing, because that's important. I don't read just any book. Yeah. It must be amazing book.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for all these great outlooks and informations and basically your life experiences. And I'm pretty sure is going to impact so many people, and so many people will stop saying stupid things about themselves, or so many people
or to
will
others
stop saying things about themselves they don't want in their life, because that's really important, to stay away from basically not speaking what you don't want to be. Okay, just write it down and
don't cast spells on yourself. If you're gonna cast spells, cast a beautiful spell.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't cast spells on yourself, because it's gonna manifest in the reality because you believe it. Otherwise, you would not say that. You know.
Well, that's why. Well, you were teaching me about chakras, right? Like your throat chakra looks like a vagina. It gives birth, right? So just us thinking and speaking is already manifestation, right? Because we have to think it. And then our vocal cords have to manifest that frequency, right? So we're already manifesting. So your throat chakra is so powerful. That's why it looks like a vagina, because it gives birth to your whole reality. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bruce, we are viral.
I love you, mommy. Thank
And
you. No, I
powerful.
needed this. I needed this for real.
Mm.
And like it was just so random, especially like us meeting when I was with Brittany over
Yeah,
there.
it's always, listen, it's always random.
And
But it's
then
always
it's like,
powerful.
you know what I mean? But it's not. But see, I say that word random, but it wasn't random. Like I called her. She called me. We were vibrating the same. So that's what happened.
Yes, exactly. It's a frequency.
Yeah. Well,
It's definitely a frequency. And a last thing I also want to say about the frequency, if you want to meet amazing person for your life, for your friendship, for your business, or as a partner, you have to be that type of person you want to meet, because
amen.
that's
Yeah.
how you really gonna attract the right person.
Facts.
Otherwise, forget about being mediocre, forget about being bad, and somebody amazing comes to your life. It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't
It has
work.
to be a same frequency. So better you are, better people you're gonna attract in your life.
Yeah.
It really works like that.
It does work like that. And
Yeah.
it's like if
Including boundaries, because some people, they think they're absolutely amazing for everybody else, so they want to please people, but they don't have boundaries inside themselves, and then it manifests into attracting, for example, some psycho boyfriend or something like that. You know, I know a lot of women like that who are like amazing women, but they don't have the strong core inside.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally strong inside to detect bullshit, to detect all these things, to trust your intuition.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally strong. It's only going to happen with certain exercises, thinking of yourself highly, you know, listening to your intuition, being disciplined, all these things. Surround yourself with great people. And
Absolutely.
greatness happens out of greatness. That's how I see that.
Yeah. And tune it and just vibrate high and tune into high frequencies. That's so true. It's like cell phones, right? When you dial, I think they still use crystals in the cell phones, right? Just like radios. You dial a certain telephone number, it hits that person's frequency, and you're only talking to that person from anywhere in the world, right? So there's so many frequencies out there. And then, did you know? Like, it's so crazy. Like, you know, especially if you're spiritual, everybody talks about the pineal gland and all that stuff. But did you know that the pineal gland dissected actually has crystals in it?
Yes.
That picks up frequencies. Yeah. I mean, like, okay,
it's
so that
incredible.
So that explains it.
I would download Akashic Records.
Yeah,
but we're gonna speak about it.
Yeah, that's a whole nother one.
That's a whole nother one.
That's a whole nother topic.
All right, my love.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much,
Bruce.
I love you. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for having me on this.
Thank you so much. So, Bruce, say something, because I want people to find you, to follow you, and basically to be inspired.
Okay.
So say where they can find you, and say your business is everything.
Oh, sure. So I own a couple different businesses, but I'll give you two. The shopyourhira.com is my shapewear, patented shapewear company. I hold 12 patents in 52 countries. Shopyourhira.com. It's clothing for women. Hot. I make sure you look hot. I make sure women look hot. And then I have Mastermind Music, which is my record label that I started with my good buddy of mine, Dre Too Strong, and my artist that I'm putting out is Brittany V. So check her out. Coming soon, and about we're in January. By March, she'll be popping everywhere. And yeah, and thank you for having me on. Like, I really, really appreciate it. I needed this, actually. Like, I needed to, you know, really, you know, talk about things like this, because sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't really have people to talk to like this. You know what I mean? Like, I do, but it's not like a daily thing, you know, because sometimes I just, you know, you keep it to yourself. But
I know sometimes when we get into certain topics, I'm like, yo, we can't.
Yeah, you don't know who you could like be honest with, because people always judge or try to cancel, like, you know, like a lot of people, they cancel them. It's like, yeah, we're just speaking our truth. You know, I'm sure a lot of men and women think like this, but they just don't voice it. So it's just like, don't judge people. Just let motherfuckers just talk their truth. And if it rings bells for you, if it rings truth for you, then adopt it. And if it doesn't, then reject it. But don't start hating on motherfuckers. Don't start getting crazy about it. Just, you know, that's it. Take it or leave it. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Thank you so much for staying with us till the end. I really hope you learned something new and you took notes from today's episode. Let me know which guest you want me to invite for the next time in the comment section and follow us all over social media. Love you. See you next time.